Testing 1, 2, 3. We're good. Good afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome to Warrenton High School, and thanks for tuning into the Warrenton Sports Network. Today marks a home opener for the reigning GAC North Conference champions, the Warrenton Warriors, as they take on the Washington Blue Jays. The Warriors come into the contest with a strong 2-1 record, eager to defend their home turf and showcase their young talent. On the other side, the Jays arrive searching for the first win of the season with an 0-2 record and a chip on their shoulder. We are moments away from the first pitch. The Jays are coached by Dane Goff, and the Warriors are coached by Eric Burley. On the mound today for the Warrenton Warriors is sophomore sensation Carter Martin. He comes into today's record with a 1-0 record. First batter up, Ryan Williams for the Jays. First pitch low and outside, ball one. Martin working quickly. 2 balls, no strikes. Ryan Williams, a senior leadoff hitter, plays left field, batting 143. Next one's in there for a strike. 2-1's the count. And we got a 2-2 count now. Good pitch there. Way to get back into the at-bat for Martin. Big righty. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a slow grounder to second. Fielded and out at first. Nice play there by the Warriors' Lemkuhl at second base. Up next, Andrew Elbert for the Jays. First pitch is in there for a strike. Elbert's the second baseman for the Jays. Comes into today's game batting .286 on the season. Next one's in there for a strike. Martin, after the first 2 balls, has found the strike zone on every pitch. He's working quickly today. Next one's in there, swing and a miss, and he gets his first K. Martin came into today's game with 10 strikeouts, leading the team. He's got 11 now. Up next, the tall shortstop for the Jays, Mason Thies. Third place batter takes a strike for strike one. A senior. Thies bats .286 also. That one's ball low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Behind the plate for the Warriors, senior Austin Haas, All-State last year in 2024. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Thies. Next one's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Martin steps off, gets a little mud out of his cleats, back on the mound, and he's ready to deliver. And he gets a swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 strikeouts for Martin on the inning. Jays go down 1-2-3. Good inning for the Warriors to start this home opener. On the mound for the Jays today is going to be Henry Vetter Jr. He's pitched 4 innings on the season so far, got an ERA of 1.75. He's got 2 strikeouts and a whip of .75. Leading off for the Warriors is going to be All-State catcher Austin Haas. Comes into tonight's game batting .556. Haas has been 3 times All-Conference, 2 times All-District, and as I said earlier, he is All-State last year. And he's already signed to go to East Central Community College for next year. He was also All-State in football, and the coaches all say that baseball is his better sport, and he's set to show that today.
So is he playing baseball at East Central?
Yes, sir.
All right. Never know, an athlete like that can play both.
He sure could.
You don't see too many catchers being the leadoff
No.
too often.
No.
Nor when they're down the lineup. And
that just tells you what a great athlete he is.
That's right.
And I think he's the only Warrior on the team that has a stolen base so far this season.
All right.
So
well,
you don't see too many catchers
indeed.
having stolen bases either.
Sure. A lot of times they're getting pinch run for.
Actually, he's got 3 walks on the season.
We got a beautiful day out here. I mean, you couldn't ask for better weather for baseball.
Especially early, early in the season like this.
Right.
You're absolutely right.
Seen snow this time of year.
And the field looks great. I think they said we had 1.5 inches rain on Sunday. So Coach Arnett's done a great job along with the baseball crew getting the field to look great today.
Yep. Looks like the umpire's doing a little coaching there at the mound, making sure everybody understands ground rules. Appreciate the help from Blue.
And we're ready for the first pitch from the Jays. Better gets a sign from Carrier. First pitch, a little high outside. Good eye by Haas. Haas sees his first strike, and now he's ready. He's batting .556 with a slugging percentage of .889. He scored 6 runs so far with 5 hits. Vetter's in there with a strike on the third pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, both pitchers are throwing pretty hard today. Kind of a windy day, so you can kind of hear that in our microphones, I'm sure, but doesn't look like we're seeing a whole lot of change-ups, a lot of heaters.
And Haas reaches out across the plate and drives it right back up the middle for the first hit of the game. Oops. He rounded first, but was not going.
Good piece of hitting there. Got the barrel of the bat out. Drove it right up the middle.
Up next for the Warriors is their pitcher, Carter Martin, sophomore. He was all-conference last year as a freshman pitcher last year. You don't see that too often on varsity.
No, you don't. Look forward to watching him this season. See how much he's grown from last year.
Pitcher and catcher keeping an eye on Haas over there first, knowing he's a threat to run. First pitch, and their first strike.
Players today all have the sliding mitts. That's a new thing in the last few years. You haven't seen that back in the old days, I guess, if you will. But sure helps player safety, keep their hands from getting jammed up. It's a good thing.
Yeah, 100%. You've definitely seen injuries cut down with those things. Next pitch, Haas with a big leadoff, and their first strike. 0-2 to Martin. Throw over to first. Haas is back.
Away.
Wild pitch. Oh, yeah. Wild throw to first. Haas is surrounding second, digging for third. And he's going to turn that error into a 2-base error.
Good hustle there by Haas getting around first to third.
He's got some wheels. All-state running back. No balls, 2 strikes now. Puts a little more pressure on the catcher and the pitcher here. Anything in the dirt, Haas is going to score on probably. Martin taking his time on the mound. Next pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You know, it's seen a new trend of catchers really going on a knee, even runners on third base like that, when they're up on a squat and get left to right to block the ball. But, today's game, they've got them down on a knee, ready to stay low, I guess.
Yeah, stay low. Martin drives it to the second baseman, feels it, doesn't even look at home, throws right to first.
All right, brings a run in.
RBI for Carter Martin. Haas scores a run. Warriors are on the board first. 1-0 over the Jays here. 1 out in the bottom of the first.
It's a good start. Manufactured runs. Hit the ball the right side of the field. Get the runner in. Good play.
Up next for the Warriors, Colin Sylvester, excuse me. First pitch is in the dirt, gets past catcher, ball 1. Collins batting .444 on the season. Senior shortstop. Takes ball 2 there, a little high and outside. Next pitch from Vetter on the way. In there, right down the middle. Strike 1. Sylvester has his first strike. Ahead in the count 2-1. Wind's blowing out today. Big ball field here, though. I'm not sure we're not going to see any home runs today.
They have to be a pretty good shot to get one out of here today, I would think.
Sylvester fouls that one back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Evens out the count. Colton Carrier, the catcher for the Jays today, junior catcher. He squeezes that for ball 3, full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch on the way. Foul back.
Fighting it off. Good at bat. That's a tough pitch. Good job making contact and staying in there.
Collins got 3 doubles on the season. Got a little bit of power. Takes ball 4 there. Good eye.
Getting on base.
Did a good job battling on that one. Started out 0-2, battled back into the count, and then took the walk. That's his 4th walk on the season. That's going to bring up third baseman Rick Stanley, a sophomore. He's hitting lefty today.
Stanley, a switch hitter?
I don't know.
Don't know. He's hitting lefty today, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Big lead off over first in the dirt for the first pitch to Stanley. He's ahead of the count 1-0. Next pitch is in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, right down the middle there. Warriors seem to be taking the first pitch, or waiting for the first strike before they go in here.
Not a bad strategy in high school baseball. You just got to make sure they get one over.
It's always good to see where it's supposed to, strike zone is too.
You're right. Get an idea where the umpire's calling them.
Right. Fouls the second, next pitch back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I like the way Martin bounces off the base over there first. Really gets the pitcher's attention, I think. It has to be distracting.
Yep.
He fakes going, gets back.
Oh, that might be it.
Slow grounder, picked up by the catcher.
Play. Good. Oh, he's safe. Came off the bag.
I think he came off the bag, absolutely.
All right. Good hustling by everybody, first to third.
Yeah, this throw from the catcher is just a little bit outside, pulled the first baseman off the base.
Yeah, tough play. Looks like Coach is going to talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, Coach Goff comes out for the Jays, just want to make sure they get the call right. What they saw, he shakes his head and nods, and we're back to baseball here. Up next for the Warriors, Bryce Phillips, first baseman, senior, batting .222.
First and third, always a tricky play here for the defense. The runner steals. What are you going to do? Looks like the catcher's giving signs to the infield to set their play.
One out here in the first still. Warrenton leads 1-0. Runner first stays put. First pitch is a ball in the dirt. Phillips hitting .222 on the season. He's driven in 2 runs and walked 1 time. Grounds that one slowly to the third baseman. Runner from third is going to score, and all the runners advance. Throw into second. Runners back in time. Swinging bunt there.
Putting the ball in play, making things happen. Sometimes you don't have to hit it hard to get runs in. Just put the ball in play.
Hit it with or not. All right, that's Phillips' third RBI in the season. That extends the Warriors' lead to 2-0 here in the first. Carrier goes out to talk to his young pitcher. Talk things over. Bases are now first and second.
Well, it gives us an opportunity to talk about our sponsors. We have sponsoring our broadcast now. So we have Main Street Real Estate's on the screen at the bottom corner there. So we appreciate Main Street Real Estate's sponsorship of our student athletes here today. And then also Hunter Modular has done theirs too. They're still working on their icon, what they want us to put on here. But we've got 2 sponsorships. And if you're interested in sponsoring, feel free to reach out to Central Office, Dr. Greg Klingensmith, and he can get you set up.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So appreciate their support for our young athletes.
Batter up now is Keegan Mellegard, left fielder, junior left fielder, hitting .182 on the young season. Mellegard asks for time and gets it. Next pitch is in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike here. Bottom of 1. Warriors lead 2-0. That one's a little high. Runners are going to go on the bobble by the catcher, and the runners are in there. It's third and second. Players at third. Good job there by.
That's some aggressive base running.
Absolutely, he just bobbled it.
Yeah, that was just really aggressive to steal third like that. The short throw to third.
Yep, Stanley doing a good job showing his wheels. That's his first stolen base on the season.
That's impressive.
And Phillips followed him over there at second for his first stolen base. They were on their toes, ready for that one.
And we've lost our outfield camera. I'm going to go fix that. I'll be back.
2 balls, 1 strike here. 3 balls, 1 strike now. First base open if he wants to walk. Mellegard. Foul back by Mellegard. 3-2 full count. Nice little rip there by Mel Keegan. Just missed that by a little bit. Mellegard also plays outside linebacker on the Warrenton Warriors football team as well. Batter ready. He brings it. Ooh, and he hits the batter on the elbow. Mellegard gets a hit by pitch to load the bases. That's Vetter's first hit batter of the season. Coach Goff is going to call time, come out and talk to his players, settle things down, and get their play set for how they're going to handle this bases loaded, one-out situation. Probably ask them to calm down a little bit. Up next for the Warriors is going to be their senior center fielder, Mason Thompson. Mason's hitting .500 on the season, off to a great start. Starting wide receiver on the football team this year. He's got wheels, and that's why coach has got him out there in center field. Bases loaded, one out, bottom of one. Warriors lead 2-0 here. Good crowd for an early game this year. Washington fans have traveled, as well as plenty of Warrenton fans here in the stands. All right, Vetter's got his sign. He's ready to go. And he fires a strike in there on the first pitch. 0-1 for Thompson. Vetter working a little quicker now. Next pitch. Outside, ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Better working much quicker. Thompson fouls that one back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vetter ahead in the count for the first batter so far. Speeding up his time between pitches seems to be helping him out here. Now working out of the windup, working out of the stretch here. Next pitch fouled back by Thompson as well. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good job by Thompson there to stay alive with this at bat. Umpire calls time, comes in and talks to the pitcher. Coach Burley takes that time to come in and talk to his runner at third. And we're back to playing ball here. Next pitch is in the dirt to Thompson. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He gets his strikeout there of Thompson for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up D8 Quentin Myers. Myers is a junior. Pitch hitting today. Hitting lefty. Fouls that first one back hard. So far the strategy has been all the batters have been taking 1 strike, but Myers not so much. Maybe they're laying a little trap there for the pitcher. Myers jumped all over that first pitch, but fouled it back. Didn't miss it by much. Vetter's ahead in the count 0-1 here. Next pitch, inside. Myers able to get out of the way. Gets by the catcher. Runner from third. Score standing up. Stanley scored from third, and that is his first run scored of the season. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Swing and a miss there by Myers. Behind the count 1-2. Warriors increase their lead 3-0 here. Bottom of 1. 2 outs. Runners on second and third. It could score 2 runs here. Low and inside to Myers. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Umpire comes in and asks for time again. The field umpire. He's asking for a new ball. Umpires look over the ball. I wonder if he's going to his fingers, maybe licking his fingers for a little control. Anyhow, they change balls and we're on the way again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Warrenton up 3-0 here in the bottom of the first. That one's going to be outside. Full count here. First base is open. Better's working quickly again. Pitch is on the way. Outside, gets by the catcher. Runners didn't go because it got bounced off the backstop, and catcher got that one pretty quickly. So Myers walks to load the bases again, and that brings up the number 9 place hitter, Jake Kirkpatrick. Patrick is a sophomore right fielder, hitting .333 on the season. Nope. He takes the first one inside, a little high too. Heading to count 1-0.
Apologize for the technical difficulties with the camera. We are trying something new here today with our first time.
Next pitch. Half swing by Kirkpatrick. 1 ball, 1 strike. Warrenton off to a good start today. 3-0 after in the first inning already. Looking to add to that with the bases juiced. Next one's high. Gets by the catcher. Runner from third's on his way. He scores standing up. Bryce Phillips scores his first run of the season. Runners advance second and third. 2 balls, 1 strike to Jake Kirkpatrick. That increases the Warriors' lead to 4-0 here. Kirkpatrick drives that through the hole. That's going to score at least 1. And the runner stays at third. He drove that.
Hard hit ball there.
And the Warriors have batted all the way around. That brings up All-State catcher Austin Haas, who singled to start off the inning. Coach Goff's going to come out to the mound. I think we're going to have a pitching change here.
Well, the Warriors are off to a good start here. Batting around the first inning is always good for give the pitcher a little room.
And they bring in Nakai Scott to pitch. This is going to be Scott's first pitching of the season. He's a junior. Tough situation for a first pitching attempt of the season for Scott here for the Jays. Bases first and third, 2 outs, 5 runs on the board already for Warrenton. And he has to face All-State catcher Austin Haas. We'll see if they're going to pitch to Haas or not, and possibly load the bases here and go to Carter Martin instead.
Second base is open. Haas is probably looking for something in the zone to hit pretty hard. Let's see if he gets it.
Take it on ball 1.
Runner doesn't go to first. You got first and third, 2 outs.
That one's in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. So much for walking them.
Yeah, looks like they're going to go at him. Let's see if Austin gets something hold of here and knock in a few of these runners.
This one's high. Looks like he tried to change some speeds on him. Pitch just kind of got away from him. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 5 runs in for the Warriors. Here in the first. Swings at the next pitch, pops it up. Center fielder's going to his left, and he catches that and squeezes it. So after 1 inning, Warriors tag on 5. That's a great way to open up the ball game and open up the home opener.
That's right. Great start for the Warriors in the first. We'll go to the second.
So the Jays went down 1-2-3 behind the strong pitching from Carter Martin. It's been a while since he's been on the mound. Sophomore sensation from last year, was all conference as a freshman. He's going to face their number 4 hitter, Colton Carrier, their catcher. So tell us about our sponsors again. We have Main Street.
Yeah, right now I've got Main Street Real Estate signed up for us today, and then we have Hunter Modulars also signed up as well to be a sponsor for next school year, but we're getting them on here now as we're working out the kinks, so we know we're having some technical difficulties, but next year we're going to be hiring a full-time broadcaster to bring more Warrenton sports to you than we were able to this year. We're excited to be able to do this and try to get as many games as possible, home and away. But the challenge for away games is definitely going to be the technology, making sure everything works. We have a hard enough time making it work here at home. Baseball is surprisingly hard to broadcast. It takes a lot of cameras, and we've normally just been operating on 1 camera. We have upgraded to 2 cameras, and so we're debut of 2-camera broadcast today.
And we've had some technical difficulties today.
We'll probably have some more throughout the broadcast, I'm sure.
We'll work out the kinks slowly but surely. We get there.
That's right. That's right.
Progress is promised.
That's right. But we know a lot of people can't make games, particularly at 4:15 start. That's hard for folks working. So if you catch in your car listening as you're driving or at work or wherever you can catch the game, we're happy to bring it to you. A lot of fun for us.
100%. Colton Carrier takes the ball 1 on there. A little high. Next pitch, a little outside on that one. 0-2, or 2-0, excuse me. Carrier does have 1 walk so far this season. Next one's in there from Martin. Nice pitch.
I tell you, he is working quickly.
I like that.
Me too. Get set and throw.
As a defender, you got to like that as well.
Yep.
Up on your toes all the time.
That's right. It means him and the catcher are on the same page. They're not shaking each other off. There's the pitch. Let's throw it.
2 balls, 2 strikes. He works quickly, gets back into this bat.
Of course, as soon as I say that, he shakes him off.
A little high on that one. It'll be a full count. Change his eye level there.
Yeah.
Bring it in here. Martin came into the game with 10 strikeouts. He's already got 2 in the first, up to season total to his uniform number 12.
That was a nice curveball.
And now he's got 13.
That had a lot of movement on it.
He has struck out 3 of the first four batters here. Up next for the Jays is first baseman Ben Galinas, a junior batting 600. And he is their best hitter. He's slugging 1,000, 3 hits, 2 doubles.
Start him off the fastball.
He's a big boy. Next one to be outside, 2-0. Gets a little half swing there for the first strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Going and steps out for a moment. Next one's in there, a little heat, 2-2. You hear that one pop.
Kind of wish we had a radar gun. He's bringing the ball pretty good. I hate to estimate what it is, but it's coming in there pretty quick.
100%, absolutely. Next one on the left side, trying to see if he can chase one there. Change his eye line a little bit.
Yeah, bring a couple of heaters in there, and then you got the curveball, throw that off. He's pitching well today.
He tags that
got a hold of it.
Right fielder's underneath it and
Nice
squeezes
play.
it. Kirkpatrick there does a nice job catching that one. Moved a little to his left, got him. Second out of the inning. That's going to bring up their right fielder, Aiden Hoppensberger. Batting .333 on the season. Swings at the first one, strike 1. Strike 2. Martin going right after this hitter. See if he brings another one in there, if he changes his eye line here. A little high. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Not a bad idea there, though. You got 0-2. Don't give anything sweet to hit. He swung one high in the zone earlier. Not a bad strategy.
And
there, he got him that time.
Swing and a miss there, strike 3. Martin's got 2 strikeouts in each of the first 2 innings. We head to the bottom of 2. Warriors up 5-zip. Leading off this inning will be Carter Martin. From the mound to the batter's box, he goes. He grounded out in first to second base, but he did drive in a run. Kai Scott on the mound for the Jays. He came in the bottom of the first with 2 outs in relief of our starter, Henry Vetter, excuse me. Also, if you're on your way out to Warrenton tonight, there is a girls' soccer game as well.
Yep, they're off at 5 o'clock here in about 10 minutes. Girls' soccer's going.
Lots of things to see up here at the high school tonight.
Spring sports are in full swing, that's for sure. We had our first volleyball game, boys volleyball. Glad to see that get off the ground. Some athletes can really jump out of the gym on that. I mean, you think about basketball guys being the jumpers, but really these volleyball kids can jump just as well. A lot of them are basketball players too, so get a combination of athletes. A lot of these athletes play multiple sports for us here at Warrenton.
Yes.
It's one of the great things about Warrenton High School is lots of opportunities for lots of students.
Definitely. Martin drives it. Third baseman dives to his left, picks it up. Hummel comes up throwing and gets him at first. Terrific play by the third baseman there.
That was a good play. That was a close one.
Sophomore Grant Hummel on a good fielding play. Looking like an Arenado out there.
Yeah.
That brings up shortstop Colin D. Sylvester. He walked in the first. Swing and a miss of the first one. Looks like he changed speeds there on him. Fastball in there for strike two. 0-2 here to D. Sylvester. Foul back the next pitch. And this is Nakai Scott's first pitching of the season. So we'll have no stats on him for this season so far. Hits that over the second baseman, hit for a single. Warriors get their first runner of the second inning. That brings up cleanup hitter Rick Stanley. He reached on an error in the first. Came into today's game batting .400. High for ball one. And of course, after this game, the JV game will be starting shortly thereafter. Time for fans to watch that as well. Next one's in there for ball two. 2-0. Good eye from Stanley.
Wish we could tell you what time the JV is, but that's the beauty of baseball. Just no clock. One of the only sports with no clock.
High for ball three on that one. Scott working quickly. Behind an account now. In there for strike one. Three ball, one strike. One out here in the bottom of the second. Warriors lead 5-0.
Hitter's count here. There we go.
Runner from first goes before the pitch is thrown. They got him in a rundown. Pitcher throws the second. Second baseman comes over, so throws the first. He gets in that second.
Looks like he had to play the first movement on. And pitcher had the presence of mind to step off and make a good throw and good rundown play by Washington there.
So Stanley looks to be the first base runner here. 3 balls, 1 strike. And he takes a walk. That's Stanley's second walk of the season. That brings up big, tall first baseman Bryce Phillips. Bryce got an RBI on the first on a swinging bunt. Throw over to first. Stanley's back in time.
Good play by the first baseman there to snag that ball. Had to kind of go over the runner there for a little bit to catch it. Good play.
First pitch in there for a strike. Wind seems to have calmed down a little bit.
A little bit. You know, sun's coming out, warming everything up. Beautiful day.
Next pitch outside. Catcher throws down to first. Not in time. Stanley gets back in. Head first slide. 1 ball, 1 strike here.
Yeah. It's a quick throw to first. Almost had him there. Good play by everybody getting back. Good throw. Good tag.
And next pitch, swing and a miss there from Phillips. 1 ball, 2 strikes to him now. A little bigger lead from Stanley at first now. Next pitch high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stanley's taking even a longer lead. Almost begging for a throw over there. Trying to distract the junior pitcher. Pitch inside. Full count there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Pitcher's probably just worried about the batter at home here.
That's right. Be focused on getting that out.
Runner takes off from first. Swing and a miss from Phillips. Scott gets his first strikeout.
No, maybe we had the count off there.
I think they called a balk. Yeah, I think they called the balk there.
Did they move him to second on the balk?
Yep.
All right.
So we're going to do 3-2 all over again. Guessing you didn't come to a full stop.
Must not have. I missed that.
So Phillips gets a second life here at home. And same result for Scott. He gets a swing and miss, strikeout to end the inning. And the Warriors go scoreless that inning after a big 5-0 in the first. They don't get any runs here in the second. Still 5-0.
Top of 3.
Listening to Coach Goff over there, telling his hitters to make some adjustments here.
Yeah, defense kind of settled in there for Washington. The second inning here.
Looking for the offense to get going here for them. They've struggled all season long. They started the season out 0-2. Playing some better teams from St. Louis County to start the season off. So looking to bounce back today.
Warriors are off to a good start, though.
They are 2-1.
You know, last year the Warriors had over a 21 season, one of the best in school history. Really fun season for the Warriors last year.
Yep, claiming the GAC North.
Yep.
Lost 5 starters, looking for the younger players to step up the season and hopefully have the success of last year.
Yeah, and so far they're off to a great start.
Martin working quickly, gets a swing and a miss on the first at bat. And that is Grant Hummel, the third baseman, who made that nice diving play to his left to start the last inning. Got Haas out at first. Next one in there's high, a fast curveball there. 2 balls. I'm sorry, 1 ball, 1 strike. Hit right back to Martin. He knocks it down, steadies himself, throws the first, and gets the runner.
A lot of times you see pitchers get in a hurry and rush that, make a bad throw. It's a good job of settling. Not worry about picking it clean.
Really took his time, did a nice job.
Step and throw, good throw first.
You can
get the out.
Yeah, you can see why he was all conference last year as a freshman.
That was a good play.
Veteran there to hit still. He's the DH. Takes a high pitch up high by the chin. Gets out of the way. 1 ball, 1 strike. No, sorry, 2 balls. Better ahead in the count here. Three-no. Next one's in there for a strike. Looks like Vetter's moved up in the batter's box on that pitch.
Maybe looking for that curveball, trying to hit it before it breaks.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Next one's in there, hits the corner for strike 3. I don't think Vetters liked that call. That is the 5th strikeout for Martin of the ball game. That brings up Ben Losing. He's the center fielder for the Jays. He's hitting .250 on the young season. He takes the first pitch and swings it, knocks it over to the right field out of play. Strike 1. Next one's in there for strike 2.
Took a little off that one.
High pitch on that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well pitched game here so far. I mean, we've got batters really off balance, curveballs, fastballs, high, low, in and out. Well called, well pitched.
There you go. He called that one there.
There you go.
So 2 strikeouts in each of the first 3 innings has Martin with 6 strikeouts. And the Warriors lead 5-0 after 3. After 3.
I'd say Haas and Martin are on the same page. I mean, there is no time in between each pitches. It's put the sign down, throw.
He's getting ready for the major leagues. The 30-second pitch clock.
That's right.
He can handle the 10-second pitch clock the way he's working.
For sure.
Nakai Scott back on the mound for the Jays. He came in at the bottom of the first with 2 outs in relief. He made it through the second without giving up any runs, and he's looking to continue that here in the bottom of 3.
Well, hopefully the Warriors can add on here and keep it going.
Up first for the Warriors is going to be Keegan Mellegard, left fielder.
So we lost our outside camera, so that's about a half hour. So I got to go out before it drops after about every 30 minutes. So we've got our camera working from the back here to give us our outfield view. So we will be right back. I got to go out every 30 minutes and I'm just moving it. It's a setting. I need to figure it out.
Warriors look to get something started here in the third with Keegan Mellegard. Junior left fielder takes the first pitch outside. Second pitch, he pops up, out of play behind us. 1 ball, 1 strike. Curveball there. Melgard fouls that down the third base line. Foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Keegan was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Reached on with the first. Next one over his head. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next one's in the dirt, bounces off the umpire. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Melgard drives that. Center fielder comes in and about 5 steps makes the play. That's the first out of the inning for the Warriors. Center fielder Mason Thompson up next. Mason struck out swinging in the first. Came into today's game hitting .500. First pitch swinging, pops it back. strike one. Mason's got 4 hits on the young season, scored 4 runs as well. Speedy center fielder. Next one, the curveball inside. Grazed him. Hit by pitch for Mason. Reaches first on the hit by pitch. That's going to bring up DH Quentin Myers. Quentin walked his first at bat. Swings at first and misses. Strike one. Pitcher takes a look over Thompson at first. For good reason, he's a speedy runner. Delivers a strike. 0-2. Myers behind the count just like he was in the first. But he battled that back and took a walk in the first. See if he can do the same thing here or better and get a hit. Thompson's going. Catcher Carrier throws down. Not in time. Mason Thompson with the stolen base. Got a great jump on that one. That's Mason's first stolen base of the season. Took a good pitch to run on. It was a little high. Catcher had to gather it, get the ball in the pocket, and throw it down. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch fouled back by Myers. Scott gives a nod to the sign from Carrier. Next pitch on the way. In the dirt. Carrier blocks it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Myers doing a good job battling back again after getting behind in the count. Next one, low and slow and inside. Full count. Myers doing a great job battling. Got his first walk of the season last at bat. And drives this one right up back the middle. Going to be a base hit to center field. Thompson running all the way. Play at home. Not in time. Throws not in time. Thompson scores. Myers goes to second on the throw. And he's in there at second. RBI for Myers. Thompson gets his 5th run of the season scored. That's going to bring up Jake Kirkpatrick. Coach Goff for the Jays comes out. Looks like he's going to change pitchers here. Looks like Scott's going to stay in the game. Looks like Andrew Elbert's going to take over on the mound now. Elbert is the second baseman, so they're just going to change Scott out for Elbert. Elbert will take the mound. Nakai Scott will go to second. Good job pitching from Scott.
He did a nice job coming in relief for sure. Gave him a tough situation there, but
that's his first start of the first pitching of the season.
Yeah, he did great. Held us 1 run.
Yep. Elbert, on the other hand, has pitched 2.7 innings so far this season. He's got an ERA of 2.63. He's got 1 strikeout. He's got a WHIP of 1.50. He's a junior pitcher. So move Scott to second, Albert to the mound. Right fielder Jake Kirkpatrick will be up next for the Warriors. He singled in his first at bat. Single to left field. Got an RBI into play. Quentin Myers, runner at second for the Warriors. Reach first on a single. RBI and advance to second on the throw home. First pitch is a strike from Albert. First two pitches from Albert are strikes. Ahead in the count 0-2.
You know, Washington's got to like to see their pitchers come out throwing strikes like that. As a hitter, you're liking that too. You're like, all right, he's throwing strikes. Let's be aggressive.
Been straight fastball so far. Let's see if he throws something else in there. Throws that one in the dirt. Shortstop's kind of sneaking in behind Myers there, trying to hold him close. Opened up a nice little hole there between short and third. Excuse me. Big hitting area over there. Every time change a little speed there.
Yeah.
Well, check swing from Fitzpatrick. Catcher asked the fielding umpire if he swung or not. Said no swing. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Bottom of 3. Warriors have scored 1 already here this inning. Next pitch in there for a strike. That's Albert's second strikeout of the season. That brings up Austin Haas. Started the game off with a single. Right back up the middle. 2 outs here. Single, scored another run. First pitch in there for a ball.
Yeah, they're really paying a lot of attention to him out there. Second base. You got the second baseman now coming over. You got the shortstop coming over. Really opening up the whole middle infield.
Next pitch in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, even when those middle infielders are sneaking back, they're not getting back to their full depth and their full position.
Right. A lot of opportunity.
I'm sure Haas is recognizing that, figuring out which way he wants to drive the ball here. Seems like they're pitching him outside. Let's see if he takes it to right field. 2 balls, 1 strike. Both times Austin's hit today, he's taking it right back up to center field. It's funny,
Right
he turns on
line.
it, goes to third. Third baseman fumbles it.
Tag him.
Has enough sense to tag Myers at third. And that's going to end the inning for the Warriors. Haas goes out on a fielder's choice.
Hit the ball hard there to third. Turned on 1.
So 6-0 after 3. Warrenton leads the Blue Jays.
Go to the 4th.
So far, the Warriors have only faced the minimum. Good job pitching there from Martin.
That is impressive.
Through 4 innings, we're up to now the leadoff hitter gets his second at bat. It's a long time to wait to get your second at bat.
Yeah, we're exactly an hour into game time here.
Now, Martin's first start, he only went 4 innings, so we'll see if he goes any longer or not today. So they're probably on pitch counts early in the season like this.
Yeah, everybody's just now getting stretched out a little bit. A couple games under your belt, you know.
Build up that arm strength, elbow
Yeah.
strength.
Wouldn't expect to see anybody going too deep today, but
See football and basketball player Evan Schenk over there.
Yeah, Evan's helped us out with a lot of our broadcasts. They're making a lot of graphics for us and that sort of thing.
He was actually named GAC Sportsman of the Year for Warrenton. He won that award for the Warrenton Warriors basketball team.
Yeah, great teammate.
He actually wrote a really good article on the GAC North baseball season coming up.
I saw that. He's had some exposure with just some broadcasting exposure. They had someone coming in talking about Warrenton, the team, and all that. He had a nice long, I guess it's a podcast, but it's on YouTube, so I'm not sure you call it a podcast. I'm sure what you call that, a little intro video.
Yeah, they call those podcasts.
Do they? Okay.
Yeah, but he also wrote an article as well.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Of course, Evan wants to major in journalism, going to Mizzou, MIZ.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get some opportunities for him to be part of our broadcast. That'd be great. Of course, that's one of the goals of this is next year to have more students involved. And this year our goal is just kind of can we learn the technology and figure out how to do it. And now that we've got it off the ground, we're looking forward to expansion next year to have some kids get involved.
Martin starts off hot again. First pitch strike. Ryan Williams taking on that one.
Potentially find a career in sports broadcasting.
Williams' first at bat was a ground out to second. Second pitch is a ball. 1-1's the count. Two balls, one strike. This one he drives foul down the left field line. Just misses the bullpen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Six strikeouts so far from Martin. Looking for 7 here, and he gets it.
That's a good pitch right there. It just freezes the batters. It's tight curveball.
That's nasty.
That is tough to hit. That is a good pitch.
Coach Goff told him to, change their approach, but you still that for your third, the third strike. That's hard.
That is tough.
Elbert up next for the
great
Jays.
Job.
He sees a little fire, a little pop in the glove there into Haas's glove. First pitch is a strike. Elbert came into the game hitting .286, struck out in the first. This one he fouls back behind the count now 0-2.
That was our last ball in play. I hope it doesn't go foul. Those are things you don't hear in the major leagues.
That one he
got one
fights
foul.
off, and it goes foul as well.
Foul. So we're short. So there we go. Coach has got to throw one in. I'm sure the guys on the bench have been rubbing that down. We're getting ready to go.
High. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Albert had a duck to get out of the way of that one. A little less comfortable in the batter's box, I'm sure, after that one. Ooh, that one he hits him. That's going to be the first batter to reach base for the Jays so far tonight. I don't think. Yeah, that was Martin's first hit batter of the season. That brings up Mason Thies, the shortstop for the Jays. He struck out swinging the first at bat. He takes ball 1 here. Phillips, the first baseman for the Warriors, puts a tag on. A runner at first. Runner's back in time. Next one just a little high. 2 balls, no strikes. 6-0 lead here for the Warriors. First runner on base for the Jays. 1 out. Top of 4. Next Pitch for taken for a ball as well. 3 balls, no strikes. Thies has not walked yet this year. Looking for his first here possibly. And he gets a walk there. Two runners on now. Haas asks for time, goes out and talks to his young pitcher. Up next for the Jays is their catcher, Colton Carrier. His one at bat so far in the second inning, he struck out. Martin's got 6 strikeouts through 3. Got 2 runners on here. Runners first and second, 1 out. Double plays in order.
Yeah, Warriors, if you're looking for double play ball.
Starts him off with a tight curve.
Settled in.
Yep.
Sounds like a good conversation that Austin had with him there on the mound. Got him settled in, got him right again.
Squares to bunt, and he fouls that back. Behind in the count, 0-2 here.
Runners go.
Third. Play at third.
Good
throw down by Haas.
On the money.
Gets him. Austin Haas guns him down.
Great play. On the money.
That shows why he's an all-state catcher. Two outs now. Runner still at first. Well, that throw was just right at the bag, right at his feet.
Couldn't have been a better throw.
All Stanley had to do was just put the glove down there and put the tag on him.
Just catch the ball and let him slide into you.
They looked very good at that play right there.
Mm-hmm.
Next pitch outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
That's not an easy throw either because you got to move around the batter, get your feet set. Your momentum's kind of going the other way.
He made it look easy though.
He sure did.
But you're right, it was not an easy play. Gets him, tries to get him a tight curveball inside, but misses. Full count now, 3-2. Payoff pitch on the way.
Runner goes again, testing him again.
And he gets him looking for strike 3. So after getting a couple runners on base, Warriors worked their way out of trouble with a little defense and some more good pitching from Martin. He's got 8 strikeouts now through 4. He came into today's game with 10 strikeouts, and he's got 8. So he had 10 in the 4 innings last time. He's got 8 strikeouts in 4 innings this game.
That's a pretty good day. Pretty good day.
He's got the same form he has as last year, that's for sure. Earning all GAC honors last year. Elbert back on the mound for the Jays. He came in the bottom of 3 after Nakai Scott gave up his first and only run. And I believe Carter Martin is going to be lead off. Is that right? From the mound to the batter's box again. Second time he's done that this game. He's put the ball in play at both his first 2 at-bats, but he's grounded out both times. Did get an RBI in the first when he grounded out to second. Carter looks to get things going here for the Jays. Bottom of 4. First pitch in there for a strike. Next one low and outside.
He's working quick too now.
I was getting ready to say the same thing. I like that.
Me too.
He came in a tight situation last inning, working a little slower, but this inning he's coming out firing. 2 balls, 1 strike here. 3 balls, 1 strike, excuse me.
Hitters count here.
Looked like he threw a little bit of curveball himself there, but missed outside. Carter starts the Warriors off with a base on balls. Gonna have a courtesy runner from Martin. Looks like it's going to be Cale Lemkuhl, freshman utility player for the Warriors.
Always good to have some speed on the base paths.
Colin D. Sylvester up next. He takes strike 1 on the first pitch. He's walked and singled so far, upping his average for started out the day at .444. That pitch is in low in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lemkuhl gets a bigger lead over there at first base. Swing and miss on the next pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Working a little slower now. He's got a runner at first. Taking his time looking over there. Next pitch in there for a strike. He gets his first strikeout. I'm sorry, he gets the second strikeout. Up next for the Warriors, Rick Stanley, the third baseman. Reached on an error and a walk so far. He's been on base twice. First pitch in there for a strike on a swing and a miss. Albert's got 2 strikeouts so far. In this game, came into the game with 1 strikeout. Next one's inside. Stanley does a good job of scooting back out of the way of that one. Next pitch in there. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, he's settling in here, finding a groove.
Albert looks over first, steadies himself, throws Outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here. Lemke being held on by Galinas over at first. Fouls that pitch back. Staying alive. Lemke with a little bigger lead now. Doesn't go. Next pitch in there low. Good job battling by Stanley here.
Yep, battled back nicely.
Started out 0-2, got a full count, 3-2. 1 out. Let's see if Lemke takes advantage and tries to run on this or not. He's going. And it looks like there's a walk. A little late call by the umpire, but he finally called it.
Got it.
That is Stanley's second walk of the game. Third time on base, reached on an error. Coach Goff comes out for the Jays. Talks to the umpire. Up next, Bryce Phillips, tall first baseman for the Warriors. Got an RBI in the first, struck out in the second. This is his third at bat. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Bottom of 4 here at Warrenton. First pitch gets past the catcher. He gets it, comes up throwing a third. Everybody's going to be back in time. Stanley took a big turn at first, but got back in time. Almost enticing the third baseman to throw and possibly make an error, but the third baseman, Hummel, did not take the bait. Next pitch in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Umpire calls time, asks for Coach Goff to come out. We'll talk to him about something here. I think he talked to him about somebody in the dugout making some disconcerting noises during the at-bat. Been doing it since the start of this inning, and I don't hear it now, so I think that's what it was. Pitcher Elbert taking his time now with runners on. Delivers. Low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Lemke at second. Stanley at first. Elbert delivers a strike, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jays looking for a double play to get out of the inning here. Warriors looking for a hit for another run. Elbert steps off. Runners get back. Elbert's back on the rubber, ready to play ball. That one's in the dirt. Full count, 3-2. Both runners this inning have reached on walks. Full count here. Phillips looking to extend that streak. Albert's got 2 walks and a strikeout so far in this inning. And Phillips fouls that one back. Good pitch there from Elbert. Payoff pitch on the way here. Runners are going, and Phillips fouls that one down the left field line. Runners head back to their bases. We'll do it all over again. He's going to foul that one back as well. Phillips seeing the ball well, just hasn't centered it on the bat yet. Full count still here, 1 out. Bottom of 4, runners on first and second. Both batters have reached on the walks. Elbert's blown out, coming on a strikeout. And he delivers another strikeout. He's got 2 strikeouts and 2 walks this inning. Up next, Keegan Melgard, the left fielder for the Warriors. Keegan was hit by a pitch in the first and flew out to center in his last at bat in the 3rd inning. Pops this one up, high infield fly. Scott's underneath it for the second baseman for the Jays, and he squeezes it and gets the Jays out of the inning. After 4, score here at Warrenton. Warrenton 6, Blue Jays 0. Leading off for the Jays will be Ben Galinas, their tall first baseman. Came into the game averaging 600. His lone at bat this game, he flew out to right field. Carter Martin retakes the mound for Warrenton. Like I said, in his first game, he threw 4 innings. Tonight, Coach Burley is going to extend him to 5. Carter's got 2 strikeouts in each of the first 4 innings here, so we'll see if he keeps that going here in the 5th. All right, we got a special guest announcer here. We got the wonderful Coach Barton here joining me on the broadcast.
Yeah, this is exciting being at home finally.
You've been on the road, Coach?
I went down and watched them down at Car Shield on Saturday afternoon.
Ah.
Man, what a facility that was to play on.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure the kids love that.
Yeah, it was kind of chilly, but they did a good job.
A little better weather today, right?
Yeah, a little better weather, yeah. Yeah, I've been impressed with what I've seen here. I came up for the Jamboree and saw a couple innings, but went down there on Saturday, and they've been really impressive. Kids play hard and really good defensively, and move the batted runners along when necessary, do all the little things.
They got off to a hot start today.
Yeah, I saw they scored 5. I was watching you guys at home with my grandkids, and saw that we scored 5 in the first inning. That was pretty cool.
Martin's a good pitcher. Have you seen him pitch?
No, he pitched on Friday night against Park Hill Central, and I know that he looked really good, they said.
Slow roller back to Martin, gathers it, throws the first, gets a runner in time.
Good play.
He has a lot of composure on the mound.
Yeah. He's just a young kid, too, isn't he?
He's a sophomore.
Sophomore, yeah.
All conference last year.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
As a freshman. Up next is Aiden Hoppensberger, right fielder for the Jays. He takes strike 1 on that pitch. Martin's still dealing here. Yeah, his first game he threw 4 innings and he got 10 strikeouts.
Wow.
Tonight he's got 8 strikeouts through 4 innings.
It's pretty impressive.
So, yeah, averaging 9 strikeouts every 4 innings right now. Swing and a miss there. Ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. He drives that one to third. Stanley fields it easily and gets him over at first. Nice squeeze there by Phillips. Stanley to Phillips.
Yeah, Stanley, I saw him down there Friday night playing, or Saturday night playing third base, and he's got a pretty good gun over there from third. Like you said, if they got Martin as the ace and you got this Del Silvestri and Kirkpatrick, I watched Kirkpatrick pitch Saturday, and he was doing a heck of a job.
Yeah, this team had 20 wins last year.
Yeah.
Nice job. Won the conference title.
I tell you, though, the common denominator behind all those good pitchers is that pretty stud catcher back there. He's pretty tough.
Next pitch to Hummel on the way. Third baseman takes it. 2 balls, no strikes. Yeah, Haas has already signed to go to East Central. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what I've heard, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my college roommate played baseball at East Central.
Well, we were talking about that at one of the basketball games that, now the junior college rules, that's actually not a year of eligibility lost anymore.
Exactly. What a way to go.
Yeah. Hummel takes strike there. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Coach Burley's going to take a little visit to the mound.
I wonder if he's on a pitch count.
Oh, I'm sure he is. I listened to the coaches the other night, and they were talking quite a bit about that.
I don't see anybody up in the bullpen, though. Maybe you see something in his form that's a little bit off or a little different. That's one thing. As a catcher, you don't have time to look at is their form. You're so focused on seeing the ball, he is going to grab him.
He is taking him out?
Yep. So great job there throwing from the sophomore pitcher Carter Martin. Gathered himself 8 strikeouts through, 5 1/3?
Yep, 2/3.
2/3, 5 2/3.
Number 6.
Up next for the Warriors is going to be Keaton Young on the mound. He's a sophomore pitcher. He's through 3 innings so far this year. He's got an ERA of 2.33, 3 strikeouts, a whip of 1.33. He's done a good job, like all the Warriors.
Coach Burley's been pretty consistent. I think this is probably about his 16th year coaching here in the baseball program. And I tell you, though, I see him put work in and year out in that gym in the off season, getting kids excited about it. And so that's pretty awesome that they get the results that they're getting out here in the spring.
Definitely. You look down at the lineup, they've got some players who play other sports as well. A lot of football players on here.
Yep.
A lot of 2-sport athletes.
Well, that's what being a kid's all about, playing as much as you can and enjoying it.
Well, when you play other sports, you learn to lose and win and battle through tough situations.
I was just explaining that to my granddaughters. We were on the side-by-side, came up here, and we stopped. I told them I'd take them to the soccer game, and I saw the soccer girls last night, and I was explaining to my granddaughter that the goalie is an all-state softball player. I said, that just shows you that it's important to play more than one sport, sweetheart. So teaching them young.
Absolutely. It's the best time to get them.
You betcha.
Hummel still with the at-bat here.
3-1.
3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Young shakes off the first signs. Hummel's going to walk on that pitch.
Now, the funny thing about that is Martin gets the credit for that walk.
Up next is going to be the DH Henry Vetter. He's also the starting pitcher tonight. His lone at bat he struck out so far. New pitcher on the mound. He fires that, hits someone right back up to second. Second baseman gathers it, touches second, just gets the runner out at second.
That's close.
I like the fact that he didn't rush himself there.
Right, yeah.
Nice play there by Lemkiel. Keegan Lemkiel there on the play.
Yeah, there's those Lemkiels that, his twin brother, I saw him. He's kind of a designated runner.
Yes.
And, man, he scored a couple runs down there Saturday night and did a really good job. Pretty quick. That's one thing I like about a lot of the new rules that they instituted a few years back was that you get more kids involved when you can do quick play and let the catcher run off and get dressed and those types of things, even though you're not going to do that for a Haas, but the pitcher and different types of things, so it's kind of cool.
Yes, it is. Like you said, it gets more kids involved,
yep.
Moves the pace of the game along quicker.
Yep.
It's a win-win situation. As we move to the bottom of 4 here, Warriors leading 6-0 on the game. Elbert's still on the mound for the Jays. He came in relief. Has not given up any runs so far. Wind's picking up again. Mason Thompson's going to lead off for the Wolves. He's been on base He's been on base one time. He got hit by a pitch last time, struck out in the first.
Yeah, he hit the ball pretty good on Saturday, but it hit into some tough luck. It always seemed like somebody was standing where he hit it. That's what I used to say about my game, You always rationalized it somehow. I hit the ball hard, just hit it at somebody. I'm good at that at golf too, Coach. It was the wind.
In tennis, we always just said to hit it with or not. that was my coaching strategy in tennis. Just hit it with or not.
Yeah.
In baseball, you kind of do the same thing.
Same thing.
That's
same
right.
principle.
Well, Mason Thompson's one of those three-sport athletes that we were talking about. Football, basketball, and baseball. He's a gamer. Albert's first pitch. And just a little low for a ball.
Low.
Yeah. In there for a strike on the second one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, it's really neat. They start off that season with playing baseball at Car Shield like that.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about, you're already excited about playing baseball. Now you get to go play at Car Shield.
Yeah. Park Hills usually has a pretty good program down there, too, so that was kind of a nice win for him to start off the season with.
Definitely caught my eye as well. Thompson hits that to the shortstop. And he gets him in time. Nice play there by Mason Thies. It's going to bring up Quentin Myers to bat. Myers walked in the first, singled in the third, and got an RBI as well.
Good friend of mine's the AD down at Washington, Bill Deckelman, does a great job down there with all of their programs too. So
I've heard good things about him.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Him and I used to work at Six Flags together back in the 90s.
That's fantastic. Next pitch in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
This is a big kid here, this number 17.
He is. Only a junior.
Yeah.
Next one fouled back into the catcher. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Got that big Mark Grace left-handed swing, loop and swing there.
Yep.
And a bigger strike zone, as seen there. Got caught on the inside corner there and went down with looking at it. Brings up 2 outs.
That's Albert's 3rd strikeout of the game.
He's looking good.
He's done a good job. He only had 1 strikeout coming in today's game, but he's bringing some heat today. Gonna bring up Jake Kirkpatrick next for the Warriors. Senior right fielder. Takes strike 1 on the first pitch. He's singled and struck out so far. Next pitch high, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Left fielder's pulled over towards the left center there and leaving the line wide open.
Yeah, they're really shading him over there, aren't they?
But I think Elbert's probably got a little bit more heat being fresh out there, and they don't think he's going to pull it that hard.
3-1. That pitch was in the same location as the last.
Yep.
That one a little bit outside, but he got it for a strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
I always like it when the crowd behind the thing says that's not a strike, and I say yes it is. The umpire said so.
Ooh, next one misses outside and high. It's going to be a base on balls for Kirkpatrick. First runner of the inning, 2 outs. That's going to bring up Austin Haas. Pick off over first, not in time. Kirkpatrick back there in time.
He's not going anywhere, surely, with Austin at the plate.
He hasn't got a stolen base yet this year. That one's in the dirt for ball 1.
Good stop there by the backstop. Wearing the tools of ignorance back there. When Austin got his arm hit that night, his dad said exactly what all of us dads have said at one time. I'll rub some dirt on it.
Ball 2 on that pitch.
But he was sure fortunate that didn't break a bone that day, because it sure hurt him.
Was that a car shield or was that?
No, it was here on a jamboree.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
And he got a big old thing on it now.
Yeah.
That'd be a horrible way to start the year off. 3 balls, no strikes. Albert's trying to reach back and get a little more heat on that. Struggling to find the strike zone now.
We'll see if he turns him loose here with 2 outs.
Up 6-0 would be a good time to do that. Austin's got a good eye. Take it all the way, though. 3 balls, 1 strike. And he was going to walk. It's 2 consecutive walks from Elbert. I wonder if he's showing a little fatigue. Coach Goff's going to come out and take him, I think.
Yep.
He brought the heat, though. He got two strikeouts.
I think he's going to bring the center fielder in. Move the right fielder to center. Yeah, I saw before I came up, I was watching it on TV, and I saw your ads on there looking good there in the corner, so that's going to work out good next year, I think. Yeah, I sure say a lot of people out there will be interested in that, so give us a call here at the school and let us know. And got 2 so far. I heard you say that there a while ago, and so we're excited about that, and got room for plenty more. And we got great supporters here in Warrenton. So if you're interested in being a part of the broadcast next year and pitching in and helping out.
It's a great opportunity, too, and a lot of viewership.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's great.
All of the local people, for the most part. You know, for the football broadcast, we were averaging 2,000 people, more than 2,000 a game. Oh, for total or for the per game? Really?
How many was that?
Almost 6 to 8. Right City game almost had 10.
10,000 almost in one game? Yeah, that's awesome. So this is Ben Losing.
Yes, sir.
We had a teacher here by the name of Miss Losing. I wonder if that's her son, because I know she was from Washington.
He's a senior.
Yeah. Looks.
He's pitched 2 innings so far this year with 1 strikeout. He's got a whip of a .5.
Well, he's coming in going to throw strikes, so I think Martin will be ready on this one. First pitch. Woo. Sends one back to the backstop. Warming up here.
Giving them a lot of warm-up pitches here.
I think you ought to get 8 when you come in like that.
It might be a good idea that he's giving a lot of warm-up pitches. He's hit the backstop in the last 2.
Yeah. I think you get 8 warm-up pitches when you come in off the like that, but if it's an injury, then you get all you want. But him coming from center field, though, he's probably not thrown for a little while.
Yeah. But, he started out the inning probably throwing in the outfield a little bit.
Yeah.
He
got a nice little wrinkle on his curveball there. But I bet he doesn't throw a curveball to start with. If he does, Martin's going to give it a ride.
Carter's had a lot of time to look at him here.
Yeah.
Jays are struggling to start the year. They're 1-2.
Oh.
No, I'm sorry, they're 0-2. All right, we're right back to baseball. Carter Martin digs in to the batter's box. New pitcher Losing gets a signal, nods, pitch is on the way. You're right, Coach. He's swinging right away. Ground ball to third. Hummel fields it and tags third and end of the inning.
Losing did exactly what he needed to do, throw a strike and get a ground out. And hit it where they are instead of where they're not.
I think he just missed that a little bit, but he was really he had a good grip on it. Just got the top of it and took it down the third base line. And Losing's going to go from the mound to the batter's box here. It's only his second at bat.
Good crowd here.
Great crowd for an opening day.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Washington fans traveled well, and Warrenton fans are out here standing room only.
This might be more than the Cardinals have on Thursday.
Or definitely on Saturday for the second game, whether it's Friday or Saturday.
I know, right?
Everybody comes to the first game because they had the parade and all that. But the second game, that might be in question this year, especially with the lack of moves they made in the offseason.
Yeah. I've had my family, with my wife's family, has had season tickets for, probably going on 40 years. And we got out this year. We just got to the point where we just don't have time to, my brother-in-law, and just don't have time to do it anymore. So still go to a few games here and there. I bought a couple tickets today, actually. But going down there for season tickets, man, that's a commitment.
It is. No doubt about it.
The first year I did it, though, by myself was 2006 with Stacy Smith, and that was the year we won the World Series in the new stadium, and that was awesome. That was a great experience. Got to go to the World Series. And
nothing like it.
But right now I think the Blues playing well is going to take a little pressure off the Cardinals.
Yeah, Blues are on a heater right now. They've won 6 in a row.
Yeah, 12-2-2 since they came back from the break.
I think both the games they've lost were all in overtime.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Yeah. All right, Losing at the bat here from the mound to the batter's box. He squares the bunt.
Hit him in the butt.
And he gets hit by pitch. Changing pitcher again. Keaton Young came in last inning to finish out the inning for the Warriors. And he's going to start off the 6th inning here.
Ooh, wow. I'm squeezing him a little bit there. That looked pretty good.
He called it high.
But like I said, it only one call counts. That's not mine.
Ryan Williams drives that one. Center fielder's on his horse. That's Mason Thompson. Ball bounces off the fence. Thompson fields it, picks it up, throws it in. Losing rounds third and stops. Good job by Thompson to only hold him to a double there.
He tattooed that one.
He certainly did. Blue Jays got something going here. Top of 6. Elbert up to bat next. Started out at second base, and he went to pitch, and now he's over in right field, I believe. He was hit by a pitch in the last inning and then caught stealing. Pitch from Young on the way. Oh, low. You got the colors of the Cubs and the Cardinals here. Blue and red.
Yeah.
Next pitch outside.
What inning do you have? What inning is it? Sixth?
Albert drives that to the shortstop. He fields, looks at home, throws to first, and does not get him in time. Good hustle by Albert down the line there.
Huh? What?
That's going to bring up Mason Thies. He's walked and struck out once. Thies comes up swinging. This time, third baseman throws.
Two.
And they turn two. Good quick play there from Stanley.
Yeah.
To start double play. D. Sylvester with a good turn. Phillips dug it out of the dirt. Then brings up the catcher, Colton Carrier.
That was Martin on second that made that turn, wasn't it? Just Sylvester threw it this.
So was the D. Sylvester on second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Double, yeah.
Yeah, they scored one too while you and I were talking.
Next pitch, foul back. 1-1 strike here. Ryan Williams on third base for the Jays.
That was a big double play there. Nobody out and 2 on, threatening.
Yep.
Pitcher's best friend.
You know, you got to sacrifice a run there to get the double play.
Oh, no doubt about that.
Haas with a good stop, saved a run there. Slid over to his right, knocked it down, kept the ball in front of him. Runner on third had to stay. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of 6. Jays have got 1, looking for another. Nice pitch there from Young. Three balls, 1 strike.
Good pitch.
Next in there for a strike, 3-2. Payoff pitch. Hit over to right field. Kirkpatrick's underneath it. Squeezes it. And that's the inning. Jays get 1 after 6.
Good battle back there after letting the first 2 get on base to start the inning.
Nice job. When they didn't get flustered, the pitcher didn't get flustered and stayed in there.
Defense came up big.
You know, when you got a lead like that, it's a little bit easier just to
Yeah.
throw the pitch in there and let your defense make plays behind you. We had top of 7 here. No, sorry, bottom of 6.
Yeah, bottom of 6.
What am I thinking? I've got my home and aways mixed up. So Ben Losing still on the mound for the Jays.
I think we should have Dill Silvestri coming up for leadoff man.
This should be right. After starting a double play. They're turning a double play.
Yeah, he's a good all-around baseball player, though. Pitches well, hits well, fields well, runs the bases well, hustles.
Yeah, he was second-team all-conference last year and second-team all-district last year as well.
That's awesome. He pelted a couple right down the line down there Saturday. I was watching and got some big hits. The fence looks great. I saw Coach Arnett got that all redone and yeah.
A record number of zip ties. And
Yeah.
Coach Arnett was trying to do that in the wind last week too, when 50-mile-per-hour winds. He said the thing was wrapped around him a couple times.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Give a shout out.
Well, I told him to holler if he needed some help, but I'm thinking that he probably didn't holler for some help because we'd have been videoing it.
Yeah, Coach Arnett did a great job with the field. Looks fantastic.
Yep.
Inch and a half of rain on Sunday.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
Can't really tell.
Nope.
All right.
It's amazing.
D. Sylvester ready to swing away here. You watch the first pitch outside. Collins been on base twice, struck out once. Next one's low as well. 2-0.
Pitcher really wanted that one. Losing thought that was a strike.
He did. Wasn't happy with the call.
See if he grooves one here.
High on that one. 3-0. D. Sylvester draws the leadoff walk. That's his second walk of the game, fifth of the season. That's going to bring up Rick Stanley next. He's walked twice himself and reached on an error. Looks like Coach Goff might come out and get another pitcher.
He's going to bring in a lefty, and it looks like. Nope. Just talking to him.
I thought the way he was shaking his left hand.
I know.
I thought he was going to get a lefty as well. I was like, I haven't seen too many lefties. Who's he going to get?
I think he was telling his infield to stay away from him. I don't want you to hear what I'm going to say. We've all been there. I was telling him down there Saturday when I was down there at the game, I said, I played baseball when I was a freshman. And I was talking to one of the freshman parents, and I was 5'1". And my coach would put me into pinch hit and say, Barton, if you swing the bat, I'm killing you. And because I could not hit the ball. But I'd walk a lot. Steal second, steal third, and they'd sacrifice me home. We'd score a run out of it.
Jays are going to switch pitchers. After talking to Losing, they decided to make change at pitcher.
Sure enough.
Looks like they're going to bring in Colton Warnecke. He's thrown 3 innings so far this year. No earned runs given up, no Ks, a whip of 0 as well. Started the game out moving along real quickly. Pitchers were pitching quickly, and we were moving through the first couple innings pretty fast here, but this game's kind of slowed down here. The pitching changes. Coach Barton, have you had a chance to watch the major leagues this year with the challenge system and all that?
Yeah, it's just another example where we're going to slow down the game. I know they're wanting to. I don't know. I think they'll have to tweak it a little bit before it makes it to the major league. I think there's times for it, but you sure hate to take out the element of the old. Back in 1987, I just sure liked to have had the challenge call at first base. Or was that 85? That was 85. Kansas City, Don Deckinger.
Oh, yeah, Don Deckinger, absolutely.
That would have been a good challenge there, but balls and strikes, so I don't know if I really want to do that or not. Even though I know sometimes it's, I thought before they would do that, they would take the umpire and move them out behind the pitcher's mound and call it from there, because I think sometimes that's the easiest. If you've ever umpired baseball and softball, like, I did that when I first moved to Warrenton, and me and Phil Yazel refereed or umpired a lot of baseball and softball together. You get behind that catcher, and I was always so scared. I would never wear the inside vest. I'd always wear that big balloon out in front of me, and it's hard to see.
It is. Well, and you're behind the catcher there. It's hard to see the low pitches anyhow.
Yeah.
I mean.
And then when I got started doing softball, I didn't grow up around fast pitch softball, and that's just a different angle altogether. And so I was always hoping every time I got called to go to, I had to do a couple of state games, and I was always hoping, I hope the guy that I'm doing it with likes behind the plate.
So I did softball as well. I umpired softball when I first started teaching, but I'd never worked behind the plate. We had another umpire, Mr. Schoonover.
Oh, yeah.
And he was a little more diminutive, a little shorter. So he'd always work behind the plate, but he'd always tell me, give him signals, whether it's too low, because he couldn't see the low pitches either. He goes, give me a little hand signal. Tell me to raise it up a little bit.
That's a good idea.
All right, we're back to baseball. Colton Warnicki, the lefty, is pitching now for the Jays. And the batter box for the Wolves is Rick Stanley. Lefty versus lefty here for the first time. First pitch is in there for a strike.
So I'm thinking that discussion that the coach had with the umpire in between that delay there was maybe we were right when he gave out that left-handed signal that we was going to bring in the lefty, but he wanted to give him a few extra minutes to warm up over here on the side.
That makes sense. One ball, one strike here.
A little strategy.
D. Sylvester on first for the Warriors. Got a nice leadoff. Next pitch outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Stanley takes ball 3. Stanley's average coming into today's game was 400.
Oh, that's pretty impressive. Ooh, he wanted that one, didn't he?
He wanted to turn on that. He was inside and couldn't get the bat around, but he takes a walk instead. That's his third walk, reached all 4 times. Runners at first and second now, nobody out. Batter is Bryce Phillips, the tall first baseman for the Warriors. A little time here for the umpire to do a little grounds work on the mound.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
He's pretty, seems to be a good rules guy out there.
Yeah.
He's called a balk, and he's talked to the pitcher a couple times, and I'm sure he felt like the pitcher was getting off that rubber a little bit.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Yep. First pitch in there for a strike. Warnicki gets his first pitch.
That was a must-take, though, after 2 walks in a row there.
Next one's low and in the dirt. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outside on that one. 2 balls, 1 strike. Middle infielders trying to hold that runner on the second. Got some big gaps there for the hit the ball in the hole here. That pitch is in there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
There's a big bender there.
Pitcher liked that one, too.
He
got a big smile on his face. Phillips drives that, but it flies out of play. Back into this football field. Soccer field today.
My granddaughter informed me it really is a football field today. I said, you're right, sweetheart.
It's nice that's turf, so they can get a lot of games in this time of year.
You betcha.
Next pitch. Hit to first. He's going to look for 2 and decides to get the runner at first.
And then almost decided to toss it and didn't, and almost
So Phillips goes down with a ground out.
Good hustle, though. Didn't give up on it.
That's going to bring up left fielder Keegan Melligard next. Runners at second and third. They advanced on the fielder's choice. This will be Keegan's first time seeing the lefty Warnecke. Keegan was swinging away on that one.
It's going to be foul, but it's going to stay in play.
Right down the foul line. Foul
Bermuda
ball.
Triangle. Right between three of them there.
(6-1) the score here at Warrenton. The Warriors started off with 5 in the first, got another in the third. And the Jays battled back last on top of this inning and scored their first run of the game. Melgar lets that go in the dirt. Runner from third is going to score. DeSylvester gets a scored run on that one. Wild pitch. Runner from second moves up to third. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Melligard. 7-1 Warriors lead. He drives that.
Oh, he drove that one.
Center fielder's on his horse, but he gets back there, turns, makes the catch, throws it back in. Runner from third tags up and scores easily. Stanley scores a run.
Nice job by Stanley to not assume and go ahead and tag up.
Absolutely.
He could have jogged in if it fell. And, good fundamental baseball. But a good fundamental catch, too, man. He turned on it and ran and sprinted and got under it. And that was a nice play.
He ran hard.
Yeah.
That was Nakai Scott making a nice play out there in center field for the Jays.
Yeah, that's tattooed.
2 outs now. Batter is going to be Mason Thompson.
That's a nice RBI with a good 2-out RBI there.
Thompson takes 2 pitches low. Ahead in the count 2-0. Swings at the next pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike. High pitch there.
He saw that one coming and wanted it bad.
I think he changed speeds on
I
it
think
there.
he did. He was way out in front of it.
That one's in the dirt. 3-1.
I do like the fact they got these kids on the on-deck circle train, man. I noticed that on Saturday, man. Those kids are on those, even a wild pitch. As long as it's no runners on, they get there and umpire never has to move.
That is good. Thompson takes that to left center, trying to find a gap. He does find a gap. It gets down between the center fielder and left fielder. Thompson's on at second with the double.
Good hustle there by Thompson on that play. That thing held up. I thought they were going to get to it.
Yeah, one of them I thought almost should have. I think they were
I think
kind
they had
of
a lack of communication there, maybe.
I think that's what it was. Because Scott didn't start in center field.
Yeah.
That always makes you wonder if you're one of the outfielders.
Well, the rule of thumb is the center fielder's the captain out there and should take the catch. But I think the left fielder thought, well, he made that really good catch last time. I think I'll let him have that one. Neither one of them got it. But good hustle by. Oh, here he's going to get third.
Thompson's going to third on the swing and a miss, and he's there.
Catcher just dropped the ball, and they say there's a lot more ways to score from third than there is from second. So it's always a good thing to take up.
Good job by Mason. That's his second stolen base of the game. Ooh. Slow curve to the lefty batter. Myers is ducking out of the way of that one. One ball, 1 strike. Next pitch on the way. A little one in the dirt. Myers drives it, turns on that one, but hits it right to the first baseman. going to be a
sinking line drive there.
Yep, lined out to first. That's going to be the end of the inning. But the Warriors get two, increasing their lead to 8-1 over the Jays.
You know, I was talking a little bit a while ago about playing when I was a freshman. I'd see the JV kids are over there warming up, getting ready to take a few innings here after this, and that's such a blessing when you can have younger kids get their own innings. You know, when I was a kid, we only had one varsity team, and if you didn't make it as a freshman, you didn't get to play. And so I think it's really cool that the more kids that we get involved in these levels, the better off we are.
Agreed, 100%. That's great. You know, JV is going to come on and play here in a little bit.
Yep.
Well, we got lights here too, don't we?
Oh yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I coached freshman baseball here for 4 years back in the day, and we actually had our own field. We didn't have this field at the time, but I had Cougar Field, and the JV and varsity practiced out at Fairgrounds Field, and I practiced at Cougar Park and played my games over there, and it was really cool. So, and it was kind of cool because I coached a traveling team for my son's team for the longest time, and then almost all those kids that played for me played on the freshman team too, plus some great athletes, and we had a really good program back then too, and turned out a lot of good kids. But then I ended up coaching golf.
I was going to say, you've done basketball, baseball, golf. What else did you coach, Coach Barton?
My second year here, Coach Merritt was our AD, and he said, I got a new job for you. And I said, what's that? And he said, you're going to coach track. And I said, Coach, I've never been around track. And he said, you motivate, I'll teach track. And we won 2 conference championships in the next 3 years.
That's fantastic.
First conference championships that we'd ever won on the boys' side, I think. So it was really cool. And I was in charge of the sprinters and since I taught psychology, I did a lot of the mind over matter events like pole vaulting and high jump and things like that. And we had a lot of fun.
First pitch in there from Keaton. It's a strike on a foul from Galinas.
And we had some speed back then, man, I'm telling you.
Is that right?
Yeah, we were so fast.
Top of 7 here. Warriors lead 8-1. Ben Galinas at bat for the Jays.
Good shot. Man, that wrinkled. I was giving up on it too, just like the batter was. Thought it was high, but, man, it fell right in there.
Young ahead in the count, 0-2. See if he throws one outside here. He does. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Washington's got their name printed across the front of her jersey, and it's not very big, but this big old boy here makes it look really small.
You aren't kidding. That's a good point.
He is a big, thick kid there. Good-looking kid.
Looks like a first baseman. He drove that like a
Had
first
played
baseman.
right, but it fell in front.
He fell and it hit to right field. Takes a big turn at first. So Galinas starts the inning off with a single to right.
Right fielder's trying to contemplate what he did wrong there, and I'm not the best analyst, but I'm going to tell you, when you take a step backwards first, you're in trouble.
Yep. He broke back first. Understandable because the kid's a big, strong hitter.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's what you're going to think.
And it sounded like it was coming off the bat pretty good, but it kind of fell in front of him a little bit. So no one hurt here. 8-1 lead. Top of the 7. Runner's not important, but just get the out.
Aiden Hoffensberger batting now for the Jays. He's the Jays right fielder. 1 ball, 1 strike now from Young.
I know they always say the 21st out is always the toughest one to get in high school baseball. So see if we can roll 2 here. Nope.
Ground ball to third. Stanley fields it. Comes up throwing. Not going to get him.
Nice play.
Did he get him in time?
Yeah.
He did get him in time.
Yeah.
Wow.
I called him out. I didn't look at the umpire.
Nice play by Rick Stanley, the sophomore third baseman.
I mean, he was way off the line, and so I knew it wasn't a double play, but, man, he gunned that thing across the mound.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Moved to his right, fielded it, took his time, and came up firing. That brings up Grant Hummel, the third baseman for the Jays. He made a nice play earlier in the game. He hits that
There's
high. Center fielder Mason Thompson under it, squeezes it. That's 2 outs.
Good base running there. Went halfway, knowing he wasn't going to advance unless he dropped it. And
DH for the Jays, Henry Vetter up next. Runner at second. First pitch from Young outside.
Ooh, that looked good.
Young behind in the count here, 2-0 to Vetter.
Haas tried to frame that one a little bit, but didn't fool anybody. There we go.
Pops that one in there.
Same pitch, called strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Austin gives him the little, okay, we'll take it. A little encouragement from the bench to focus on the batter, not the runner. There we go.
Ground ball to the shortstop. Looks it into his glove. Fires over to first. Nice play there from D. Sylvester to end the inning.
Nice victory.
That is a great victory. 8-1 victory for the Warrenton Warriors today. Have to give the number 1 star for the Blue Jays to Andrew Elbert. He did a little bit of everything today. Pitched, played second, did a good job pitching, and then he also got the RBI single for the Jays. And I think the number 1 star for the Warriors goes to their stud pitcher, sophomore Carter Martin.
Yeah.
8 strikeouts.
Yeah, that's
through 5 2/3.
That's pretty good.
He's got 18 strikeouts on the season. So good start for the Warrenton Warriors. First home game, first win.
Yeah. Well, Coach Brown, thanks for all you do for our programs and helping out this year. It's been a blast listening to you. So
well, it's been my pleasure.
Thanks for letting me join you on the air today.
Thanks for joining me on the air.
You betcha.
Anytime you want. You've
all right,
got an open ticket.
I appreciate you.
No problem, but thank you. That's Coach Barton, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Washington's next game will be a home contest against St. Clair on Thursday, March 27th. And Warrenton's next contest will also be on Thursday at Fort Zumwalt North, with first pitch being at 4:15. I want to thank you for joining us on the Warrenton Sports Network. Until next time, stay safe and keep supporting high school sports.